is going to be dying to Fandango. Of course, imagine that crowd. It's going to be a deafening Fandango. Everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to be so surprised that he's there. Everyone's going to be so happy that it's him. It's going to be awesome. And he's wrestling Austin Aries, because Aries, by the looks of it, is going to debut. I'm recording this on February 29th. Looks like he's going to debut this Wednesday on NXT. I know it's already happened and it's taped, but I don't read spoilers. Like I say, casual fan. So I don't, what are we, 5 weeks away from WrestleMania? So I don't know how many matches he's actually going to have on NXT TV before this. I still think it'll be cool to see Aries in a WWE ring in this environment. So it won't be his debut, but I just think it'll be cool. And Austin Aries, let's face it, Austin Aries is an asshole. You know it, I know it. Austin Aries knows it. And he's going to go out there and he's going to have fun. He's going to make fun of the Fandango. He's going to do the Fandango. I just think those two guys in the ring together will be entertaining. It'll be a good environment for Aries to put himself over. And again, he's going to win. Of course he is. And yeah, I just think that'll be an entertaining match to bring the crowd up a little bit after seeing Bayley lose and then a no DQ match. Moving on. I think I then had Apollo Crews and Samoa Joe. This, again, basically is just a way to get these two guys on the card. Nothing major here. Joe's going to win. I just think that makes the most sense. I like Apollo Crews, but I think I saw an interview with Triple H, and he spoke about this, where he said when they sign guys from the independents, sometimes it's tougher to get a guy from the independent to unlearn the things he knows than it is to teach things to a former football player or amateur wrestler or whatever who's never known how to wrestle ever. And I think with Apollo Crews, and I'm not trying to say he's got a bad attitude or any of those things, because I'm not. I'm just saying Apollo Crews knows how to be Uhaa Nation and knows how to get himself signed by WWE, but now it's projecting that and making that character come through the camera lens the way Finn Balor does, the way Samoa Joe did for 10 years in NXT and TNA, and already knows how to do. It's different. It's a different environment. It's a different sort of projection that you have to do. And I think, not that I'm saying he won't do it, I think he will. I just think it's a little bit of teething pains right now for Apollo Crews. That's why he's not mega over to the point where people are demanding seeing him in a title match. And to the point where I think you put him and Joe in the ring, and I think the average smart mark fan is going to want Joe to win. Simple as that. So Joe goes over. That keeps Joe in title contention, which I think is important. Next up, it's Shinsuke Nakamura. Yay, everybody's happy. Nakamura's debut. We're going to have Nakamura wrestle Baron Corbin. Now, this is why. You don't want Nakamura to go out there and destroy Ty Dillinger. You don't want Nakamura to go out there and destroy Bull Dempsey, because who cares? Everybody destroys Ty Dillinger. Everybody destroys Bull Dempsey. We want Nakamura to go out there and wrestle Baron Corbin, because Corbin clearly is taking over the Tyler Breeze role of going to William Regal and complaining that he doesn't get enough opportunities and he wants something better and he wants this and he wants that, and then being told, oh, here you go, you want an opportunity, here's Jushin Liger. So it just makes sense that they're going to do this with Corbin. You want an opportunity, here's Shinsuke Nakamura. But also, when Nakamura has a legitimate match right off the bat with Baron Corbin, it just makes him look better, just makes him look more impressive right from the get-go, as opposed to seeing him just get his stuff in on a jobber. And again, to me with Nakamura, I don't think there's any point in screwing around. And, are they going to push him straight away? Are they not? Are they just going to have him beat jobbers? No. Nakamura, I think, should go straight to the title race. And having him come in and beat Baron Corbin, an established guy who's on NXT TV every week, who everybody knows, who they've used in strong situations before. I just think it instantly, in those casual fans, those people who don't know who Nakamura is, it's an instant get used to seeing this guy win big matches at the top of the card, because that's what he's going to do in NXT and hopefully in WWE one day. But yeah, so Nakamura, Baron Corbin, Nakamura goes over. The main event is going to be Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. I think this match pretty much books itself. Sami Zayn has, however long ago it was, a year and a half ago, had everything. He was the NXT champion. He'd worked his entire life for this. Ever since he came to WWE, he'd bust his ass to prove that he could make it. He put his career on the line. If I can't be the NXT champion, I don't want to be here. And he won that match, and then his best friend came in and stole everything from him. He took his title from him, he injured him, cost him 7 months of his career, 9 months, however long it was. He finally scrapped and scraped and worked his way all the way back to NXT, all the way back to the main event. He's beat Samoa Joe 2 times out of 3. He's bust his ass to get to this situation now, to win that championship. And in his way is another one of his best friends, Finn Balor. And there's probably nobody in the world happier for Sami Zayn than Finn Balor, apart from when he tries to take the championship from him, and he's not going to roll over and let him be the 2-time champion on him. So that match pretty much books itself. You can tease Balor doing a heel turn. I don't think he will. And I like Sami Zayn, like everybody does, but Balor's going over. I just think it makes the most sense. Now, there will be a follow-up storyline to this in another episode of Rich Fantasy Books about Finn Balor, but we'll get to that later down the road. In the meantime, Balor's going to win and retain the title. Him and Sami Zayn are going to shake hands. Everything's going to be good. He's going to go up on the top rope, hold the title, do his title in one hand, too sweet with the other thing that he does. And then when he's on the top rope, because this is the problem with the last few NXT takeovers, they've been good, they've been great matches, but it's been, you had Sasha and Bayley, which was awesome, but everybody knew Bayley was going to win because Sasha was going to the main roster. You had Balor and Kevin Owens in the ladder match, which was awesome, but everybody knew Balor was going to win because Kevin Owens was going to the main roster. That's been the only problem with these last few takers. They've been incredible, but you kind of knew what was going to happen. Balor wins, and that's the end of the show. So if you didn't enjoy that match, which 9 times out of 10 you'd have to be pretty stupid to not enjoy the main event of an NXT Takeover, but if you didn't enjoy the match, there's nothing else really to take out of the pay-per-view other than the quality of the matches, if you know what I mean. So we're going to set something up here. Balor's on the top rope, title in one hand, Too Sweet in the other, and Nakamura's music hits, and Nakamura stands on the top of the ramp, and they don't have to get physical. Nakamura doesn't even have to leave the top of the ramp, but there should be a look between the two of them of, this is going to happen. I know it. You know it. Nakamura Balor, that basically sets up the main event of the next takeover. Nakamura's going to win, and Balor's going to go to the main roster. That's what I'm going to fantasy book. We'll get there eventually. But anyway, that's my, well, not that quick, it's about 15 minutes. My NXT Takeover Dallas Rich Fantasy Books. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back with WrestleMania. This was the first part of this of Rich Fantasy Books WrestleMania weekend.